Hello, Pretties. Welcome to Ripsborough. So, as you can tell, I'm going through it. Okay, I'm not sick or anything like that. I just lost my voice because I went to a music festival and now it's gone. But it's okay. It'll come back in a couple of days. More worried than that, I'm like my body just hurts, and I'm just really tired. But here we are. I am about to go to the movies, potentially lunch with my boyfriend. So we're gonna film a really quick video right before, so he gets upset at me. I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to get him upset at me. I figured this is my time to do it. I haven't done my eyeshadow. I do need to do that, but I need to pick just some spring palettes. This is the makeup basket or palette basket, I guess you'd say, that I've been working out of for the last couple of months. And I just feel like it's time to change it. The weather is changing, although it did get cold out of nowhere yesterday afternoon. Um, but that's okay. I am just going to change it. So I'm just going to take the pads I have here out. I might keep one or two of these, if I'm being honest. Maybe three. First off, I do want to talk about the pads that are currently in Project Pans. So of course those are going to stay until I reach my goals, which for all of them it is a no pan left behind. So I have my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I have at Foresight from Colourpop, as well as Tiny Marbles. All of these are going to stay until I reach my goal. So those are no, they're not going anywhere. I am gonna take Nudie Patootie out. I wish I would have worn this more, but I didn't, so that's disappointing. And just know that I don't exclusively work out of this basket. If I want to wear something, I'm just gonna go get it, but I try to stay within the basket if I can. Man, all these notifications right now. Okay, I have my Eternal Eclipse from Lunar Beauty, so taking that one out. I have Identity. Do you guys want to see the inside of the palette? Okay, I'm gonna do that. I have the Identity palette from Persona, which is this beautiful baby. And Eternal Eclipse, just quickly kind of look at it. This palette is the reason that I did not get the Makeup of Mario. I have my Nudie Patootie that I've already shown you guys. There you go. Okay. Then we have the Patrick Ta duo in Still at the Club. I might keep this one because I don't think I used it at all. And it's too expensive. So I think I'm going to keep it just so I can at least reach it a couple more times, you know? Alright, let's see. I have 3 mini palettes from Natasha Denona. I have my Dream palette, the mini one. I have the mini of the Viva, which I'm thinking I am gonna keep this one because I think it just has like those neutral pinky tones. And in the spring, I really like to reach for like softer neutrals, pinks, and a little bit of greens. So I think I'm gonna keep this one out for now. And then I also have my Starlit palette, the mini Starlit. This one's new to me. Because it is new to me, I'm gonna leave this one out as well. So there's that. This one's also newer to me, but it's the VC Art, and it's the Cyrenus Etendu. I think that's how you pronounce it. I might be completely wrong. And it just has like a lot of shimmer kind of shades, but it's really pretty. I think this is what I'm gonna use today. This is what I'm gonna use today because I have to do my eyeshadow still, to be honest. So we can do that together, I suppose. So I'm gonna leave this one out because again, I just feel like I haven't gotten enough use out of it. I do have my BYOP. My BYOP always stays here. This is the one that I currently have. I don't think I filmed this one when I created this one. To be honest, I haven't used it since I created it. So I need to do that at some point. So we'll keep, like I said, my BYOP is always there. And then I have my 2 Patrick Ta palettes. And I have the Major Dimensions 3, which actually did get very decent use out of me this last quarter. But I will be putting this one back. And then I also have my Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 2, which I think I am going to keep this one because it has all those pinks that I was just talking about. So we'll keep this one as well. All right, so now my makeup basket is empty. Well, kind of. These are face stuff. So those will sit because they're in my project pan. All right, I'm going to pause real quick, put away my stuff, and then we'll choose new palettes. Okay, I'm back. So I had the intention of like filming me picking out the palettes, but as soon as I started putting palettes back in, I just started pulling stuff out. Like at the same time, it was like very simultaneously, and I just completely spaced out. So my fault. But I have chosen my palettes, and some of them are non-conventional for me. Because I feel like when I do these, I always pull like the same kind of palettes, almost always. But I did kind of switch it up. The only palette that I feel like I normally would pick for this, I have two, and I do still have them. So I'm gonna show you what those two are. So like obviously no surprise for nobody involved. And those are gonna be my two L'Oreal Los Angeles palettes. Candy Skies. I just feel like pastels, like this is a time for pastels, right? Like it's in the spring, you know, like the March, April, maybe being a bit of a May. So this is my only pastel palette. This is the time to do it, right? So it still smells so good. I am very disappointed that L'Oreal Los Angeles is going out of, oh, it's not going out of business. She closed it down for, you know, for other ventures, which I don't blame her, I suppose. And then we have Nudie number 2, which is a more like neutral kind of pinky shade palette, which is very much in the mood right now. And it's really just like glittery kind of palette. So we have that. And then everything else, a bit non-conventional. Let's stick with the brand. I picked the Lunar Beauty X L'Oreal Los Angeles in Full Fantasy. And this one was non-conventional for me because it does have some of those greens, it does have some of those pinks, but what really is not conventional is some of the undertones. These are not, they're flattering to me. Like it's not like that can't make the work, but it's just very unique undertones. But I figured I have some of like this neutrals, some pinks and purples. It's a little bit colorful, but it's still spring. I don't know how to explain it, but I just felt like this was it for today. I don't know. It's what I literally put one out and then just like pull this one, put one in and then just pull that right out. I didn't think about it too much. This is another one where I normally pick this one in the fall, but I switched it up and I'm picking this one in the spring because again it has those same colors that I was talking about. It has a little bit of those greens, it has a little bit of those pinks, and obviously some neutrals. But the thing about this palette is that it's so intense, and I did just say I liked softer colors in the spring. I don't like to go for as smoky or jewel tones like I normally will. This is a bit more jewel tone, but we're switching it up. I can soften it up if I go light-handed with it, but there you go, that's what we're doing. And I don't know why I didn't pull this one last year, and I feel like this is a little perfect palette for this, but it's the Mandalorian the Tau palette. And I mean, it has those greens I was just talking about. I feel like this is a time to wear green, right? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pull some greens in. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we got. Also from ColourPop, I have my Wild Nothings palette, and my Wild Nothings palette looks nothing like the original because I've completely like mixed and matched. The bottom row is actually from the original as well as these two shades, but everything else here is like from different palettes, ColourPop palettes that I've just put into this one because I actually really like the packaging. I don't know what it is about this cacti, like the greens and pinks, and it's just really pretty. So this is what I have. Boring. I get it. Okay, what else we got here? I feel like I needed to go more pink, like true pink, and so I went with my Charlotte Tilbury. It's Pillow Talk, but it's Dream, so it's a bit more intense coloring. It's a little darker. I went and I swatched Pillow Talk, and Pillow Talk is really light. I don't think it will work for my skin tone, but this it's kind of similar vibes, but it's way more pinky, and I think it'll go well. All right, down to the last two. I feel like I have too many Natasha Denona's palettes to not be picking the tall, like the long, like the big ones every single time. So that's what I did. So I have Natasha Denona, my Dream palette, and this is it. It's definitely more pink leaning, I think, but it's still very neutral. I don't know how to explain it, but I mean, it has those purples, and I feel like it just says spring. And so I picked it. I was very, like, I almost picked my Zendo palette, but I feel like I always want to pick my Zendo palette. So I was like, no girl, get something else. All right, and the last one is the Makeup by Mario. I just needed one neutral palette, like a true neutral palette. And I went with the Makeup by Mario Tear Eyes. I really like this palette. and I haven't reached for it in a little bit, and I just saw it and I was like, I want it, and so I got it. All right, that's it. I'm gonna finish rearranging these pads and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do that look real quick because I can hear my boyfriend already moving downstairs, so he's about to call me up. He's about to call me up. So we're gonna do this. All right, we're about to film the quickest eye look ever. We're just gonna go with this. I just went with this shade right here. Just gonna put that all over my crease, a little bit here, and all this is gonna do, because honestly this shade is really close to my skin tone, is just do a little bit of shaping. And I'm just going with a big fluffy brush. That's it. This is gonna be the quickest eye look ever, I promise. Then I'm gonna go with this shade right next to it just to add a little color in it, but it's same thing, just blending that out in the softest way. I'm doing this a bit haphazardly, if I'm being honest. That's it, easy peasy. And then I'm gonna go with this little dual chrome right next to it, and we're just gonna pop that in. Pop that in. A little bit on the other side. Pop that in. And that's it. That's the whole look. I just gotta blend out the edges a little bit, but like I said, we're gonna go with simple and easy. Nothing in the lower lash line or anything like that. I just gotta do my mascara and I'm out. All right, I'm gonna have to let you guys go. Bye guys.